and welcome to our final night of CVU's production of an adapted version of William Shakespeare's As You Like It.
Sorry for the delay. Our theater is haunted. There are a lot of people we have to thank for this. Most importantly, our actors who have been working absolutely tirelessly for the past month to get this off the ground. It's been very incredible to watch them work and their whole hearts into this, and we appreciate them incredibly much. Of course, our theater mentor and manager, Ken, who we appreciate endlessly for putting this all together, and Ron, who stepped in when we really needed someone to help chaperone and be there for us, and he has been there the entire time and is here tonight.
We also would like to thank our entire crew who made this all possible behind the scenes. Our theater managers, Amelia, Mina, and Eliza. Our tech person manager, didn't yell at me for that last name, Nick, and they all were just amazing, and they helped us put it all together.
And of course, our sound and lighting crew, who is helping you see us tonight and hear us, importantly. Larry, Kaylee, Logan, Luke, and Oliver, who helped us put this together, and we are forever grateful for you.
And we are so glad that you are here to watch us and watch our final performance. We're very excited to share it with you.
Thanks for being here virtually.
Yes.
Enjoy the show.
What are you reading?
Oh, hi. It's a play by Shakespeare. It's called As You Like It.
What's it about?
Well, it's about a girl named Rosalind. Her father, the Duke, was banished by a rival ruler, so he fled to the Forest of Arden. There's a boy in the story, too, Orlando. His brother, Oliver, had just plotted to kill him, so he fled to the forest, too.
What about Rosalind?
Well, she and Orlando had just fallen in love, so she was heartbroken, and she disguised herself as a countryman, Ganymede, and she brought her cousin, Celia, disguised as Alina, to the forest too. They brought with them the court jester, Touchstone, for protection.
Now, my co-mates and brothers in exile, hath not old customs made this life more sweet than that of painted pomp? Are not these woods more free from peril than the envious courts? And this life find tongues in trees, books in the running brooks, sermons and stones, and good in everything. I would not change it.
Hang there my verse, in witness of my love. Oh, Rosalind, these trees shall be my books, and in their barks my thoughts all character. Run, run, Orlando, carve on every tree, the fair, the chaste, the unexpressive she.
Thou seest we are not all alone unhappy. This wide and universal theater presents more woeful pageants than seen wherein we play in.
All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts. His acts being 7 stagers. First, the infant, mewling and puking in his nurse's arms. Then the whining schoolboy with shining morning face and satchel on side, creeping like a snail, unwillingly to school. And then the lover, sighing like a furnace with a woeful ballad made to his mistress's eyebrow. And then a soldier, full of strange oaths and bearded like a par, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking a bubble reputation even in a cannon's mouth. And then the justice, and fair round belly with good cap and lined, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut. And so he plays his part. The 6 shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon, spectacles on nose, pouch on side. His youthful hose well saved, a world too wide, for his shrunk shank and his big manly voice, turning again toward childish trouble, pipes and whistles in his sound. Last scene of all that ends this strange, eventful history is second childness and mere oblivion. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything.
And how like you this shepherd's life, Master Touchstone?
Truly, shepherd, in respect of itself, it is a good life. However, in respect that it is a shepherd's life, it is not. Wast thou ever in court, shepherd?
Nay, truly.
Then thou art damned.
Nay,
Truly, thou art damned, like an ill-roasted egg all on one side.
For not being in court? Your reason?
Why, if thou wast never in court, then thou never sawest good manners. And if thou never sawest good manners, then thy manners must be wicked. And wickedness is sin, and sin is damnation. Thou art in a perilous state, shepherd.
Not a whit, Touchstone. Those that have good manners at court are as ridiculous in the country as the behaviors of the country are most mockable in court. You told me that you salute not at the court, but you kiss your hands. That would be most uncleanly if courtiers were shepherds.
Instance, briefly. Come, instance.
Besides, we are still handling our ewes, and their fells, you know, are greasy.
Why, do not your courtiers' hands sweat? And is not the grease of mutton as wholesome as the sweat of a man? Shallow of better instance, I say. Come.
Besides, our hands are hard.
Your lips will feel them the sooner.
You have too coarsely a wit for me. I'll rest.
Wilt thou rest damned? God help thee, shallow man.
Sir, I am a true laborer. I earn what I eat, get what I wear, owe no man hatred, envy no man's happiness. Here comes Master Ganymede, my new mistress's brother.
From the east to western Ind, no jewel is like Rosalind. Her worth being mounted on the wind, through all the world bears Rosalind. All the pictures fairest lined are but black too. Rosalind, let no face be kept in mind but the fair of Rosaline.
I'll run you so 8 years together.
Ouch, fool!
For a taste, if a heart do lack a hind, let him seek out Rosaline. Her winter garments must be lined, and so must slender Rosaline. Sweetest nut hath sourest rind, and such a nut is Rosaline.
Peace, you dull fool! Here comes my sister breeding. Stand aside.
Tongues I'll hang on every tree, that shall civil sayings show, but upon the fairest boughs, or at every sentence end, will I a Rosalind write. How now? Back, friends. Shepherd, go off a little. Go with him, sirrah.
Come, shepherd, let us make an honorable retreat, though not with bag and baggage, yet with scrip and scrippage.
Didst thou hear these verses? Oh yes, I heard them all, and more too.
Trow you who hath done this?
Is it a man?
And a chain that you once wore about his neck. Change your color.
Dost thou think, though I am comparisoned like a man, I have a doublet and hose in my disposition? I prithee tell me who it is quickly, and speak apace. I prithee take the cork out of thy mouth, that I may drink thy tidings. Is he of God's making? What manner of man?
It is young Orlando.
Orlando. Alas, the day! What shall I do with my doublet and hose? What did he when thou sawest him? What said he? How looked he? How parted he with thee? And when shalt thou see him again? Answer me in one word.
found him under a tree, like a dropped acorn.
It may as well be called Jove's tree when it drops forth such fruit.
Give me audience, good madam.
Proceed.
There lay he, stretched along like a wounded knight.
'Twill be a pity to see such a sight, it well becomes the ground.
Cry hollow to thy tongue, I prithee. It curvets unseasonably. He was furnished like a hunter.
Oh, ominous, he comes to kill my heart.
I would sing my song without a burden. Thou bringest me out of tune.
Do you not know that I am a woman? When I think, I must speak. Sweet, say on.
So, comes he not here?
'Tis he.
I thank thee for company. With good faith, I have as lief than myself alone.
I do desire we may be better strangers.
Rosalind is your love's name?
Yes, just.
I do not like the name.
There was no thought of pleasing you when she was christened.
What stature is she of?
Just as high as my heart.
You're full of pretty answers. The worst fault you have is to be in love.
'Tis a fault I would not trade for your best virtue, for I am wary of you.
By my faith, I was seeking for a fool when I found you.
He is drowned in the brook. Look but in, and you shall see him.
There I shall see mine own figure.
Which I take to be either a cipher or a fool.
I'll tarry with you no longer. Farewell, good Signor Love.
I am glad of your departure. Adieu, good Monsieur Melancholy.
I will speak to him like a saucy lackey. Do you hear, Forester?
Very well, what would you?
I pray you, what is the clock?
You should ask me what time o' day it is. There is no clock in the forest.
Then there is no true lover in the forest, else sighing every minute and groaning every hour would detect the lazy foot of time as well as a clock.
Why not the swift foot of time?
By no means, sir. Time travels in diverse paces with diverse persons.
Where dwell you, pretty youth?
With this shepherdess, my sister, here in the skirts of the forest, like fringe upon a petticoat. There's a man haunts the forest that abuses our young plants with carving Rosalind on their barks, hangs odes upon hawthorns and elegies on brambles, all forsooth defying the name of Rosalind. If I could meet that fancy monger, I would give him some good counsel, for he seems to have the quotidian of love upon him.
I am he that is so love-shaped. Pray, tell me your remedy.
There are none of my uncle's marks upon you. He taught me how to know a man in love.
What were his marks?
A lean cheek, which you have not, a blue eye and sunken, which you have not. Your hose should be ungartered, your sleeve unbuttoned, your shoe untied, and everything about you demonstrating a careless desolation. But you are no such man.
Fair youth, by the white hand of Rosalind, I could, make thee believe I love.
Are you so much in love as your rhymes speak?
Neither rhyme nor reason can express how much.
Love is merely a madness, yet I profess curing it by counsel.
Did you ever cure any so?
Yes, one, and in this manner. He was to imagine me his love, his mistress, and I set him every day to woo me, at which time would I be changeable, proud, fantastical, apish, full of tears, full of smiles, would now like him, now loathe him, then entertain him, then forswear him, now weep for him, then spit at him, and thus I cured him.
I would not be cured, youth.
I would cure you, if you would but call me Rosalind, and come to my coat every day and woo me.
Now, by the faith of my love, I will. Tell me where it is.
Come with me to it, and I will show it to you.
With all my heart, good youth.
Nay, you must call me Rosalind. Come, sister, will you go?
Come apiece, good Audrey, or fetch your coat. Audrey? And how, Audrey? Am I the man yet? Doth my simple feature content you?
Your features? Lord warrant us, what features?
Yeah. Truly, and would the gods have made thee poetical?
I do not know what poetical is. Is it honest in deed and word? Is it a true thing?
No, truly. For the truest poetry is the most feigning.
Well, I am not fair, and therefore I pray the gods make me honest.
Truly, and to cast away honesty upon an ugly slut would have put good meat in an unclean dish.
I am not a slut, though I thank the gods I am ugly.
Well, praise be the gods for thy ugliness. Sluticiousness may come hereafter, but be it as it may be, I will marry thee. Come, sweet Audrey, we must be married.
Never talk to me, I will weep.
Do, I prithee. But yet consider that tears do not become a man.
But why did he swear he would come this morning and comes not?
Nay, certainly, there is no truth in him.
Not true in love?
Yes, when he is in, but I think he is not in.
You have heard him say downright he was.
Was is not is. He attends here in the forest on the Duke, your father.
I met the Duke yesterday and had much question with him. He asked me of what parentage I was. I told him of as good as he. So he laughed and let me go. But what talk we of fathers when there's such a man as Orlando?
Sweet Phoebe, do not scorn me. Do not, Phoebe.
I fly thee, for I would not injure thee. Thou tell'st me there is murder in mine eyes, and if mine eyes can wound, now let them kill thee.
Oh, dear Phoebe, if ever, as that ever may be near, you meet in some fresh cheek the power of fancy, then shall you know the wounds invisible that love's keen arrows make.
But till that time, come not thou near me.
And why, I pray you? Who might be your mother that you insult, exult, and all at once over the wretched? Why do you look on me? No faith, proud mistress, hope not after it. You foolish shepherd, wherefore do you follow her? You are 1,000 times a properer man than she a woman. 'Tis such fools as you that makes the world full of ill-favored children. But mistress, know yourself, down on your knees, and thank heaven, fasting for a good man's love. Cry the man mercy, love him, take his offer. Foul is most foul, being foul to be a scoffer. So take her to thee, shepherd. Fare you well. Come, sister. Shepherdess, look on him better, and be not proud. Come to our flock.
Sweet Phoebe,
What sayest thou, Silvius?
sweet Phoebe, pity me.
Why, I am sorry for thee, gentle Silvius.
If you do sorrow at my grief in love, then by giving love, your sorrow and my grief are both extermined.
Thou hast my love. Is not that neighborly?
I would have you.
Why, our covetousness.
So holy and so perfect is my love.
Knowst thou the youth that spoke to me erewhile?
Not very well, but I have met him oft.
I'll write to him a very taunting letter, and thou shalt bear it. Wilt thou, Silvius?
Phoebe, with all my heart.
I'll write it. Go with me, Silvius.
I prithee, pretty youth, let me be better acquainted with thee. They say you are a melancholy fellow.
I am so. I do love it better than laughing. It's good to be sad and say nothing.
Why then, 'tis good to be a post.
Good day and happiness, dear Rosalind.
Nay then, God buy you, and you talk in blank verse.
Farewell, monsieur traveler. Why, how now, Orlando? Where have you been all this while?
Sweet Rosalind, I come within an hour of my promise.
And you be so tardy, come no more in my sight. I had his life be wood of a snail.
Of a snail?
Aye, of a snail. For though he comes slowly, he carries his house on his head. A better jointure, I think, than you make a woman. Besides, he brings his destiny with him.
What's that?
Why, horns, with such as you are fain to be beholding your wives for.
Virtue is no horn maker, and my Rosalind is virtuous.
And I'm your Rosalind.
It pleases him to call you so.
Come, woo me, for now I am in a holiday humor and like enough to be content. What would you say to me now, and I were your very, very Rosalind?
I would kiss you before I spoke.
Nay, you had better speak first. Am I not your Rosalind?
I take some joy to say that you are, because I would be talking of her.
Well, in her person, I say I will not have you.
Then, in mine own person, I die.
No faith, die by attorney. Men have died from time to time, and worms have eaten them, but not for love.
I would not have my right Rosalind of this mind. I protest. Her frown might kill me.
By this hand it will not kill a fly. But come, now I will be your Rosalind in a more coming on disposition, and ask me what you will, I will grant it.
Then, love me, Rosalind.
Yes, faithful I. Fridays and Saturdays and all.
Wilt thou have me?
I and 20 such.
What sayest thou?
Are you not good?
I hope so.
Why then can one desire too much of a good thing? Come, sister, you shall be the priest and marry us. Give me your hand, Orlando. What do you say, sister?
I cannot say the words.
You must begin, will you, Orlando?
Go to. Will you, Orlando, have to wife this Rosalind?
I will.
Aye, but when?
Why, now, as soon as she can marry us.
Then you must say, I take thee, Rosalind, for wife.
I take thee, Rosalind, for wife.
I might ask you for your commission, but I do take thee, Orlando, for my husband. And there a girl goes before the priest, and certainly a woman's thought runs before her actions.
As do all thoughts, they are winged.
Now, tell me how long you would have her after you have possessed her.
Forever. And a day.
Say a day without the ever. No, Orlando. Men are April when they woo, December when they wed. Maids are May when they are maids, but the sky changes when they are wives.
For these 2 hours, fair Rosalind, I must leave thee.
Alas, dear love, I cannot lack thee 2 hours.
I must attend the Duke at dinner. By 2 o'clock, I'll be with thee again.
Aye, go your ways, go your ways. I knew what you would prove. That flattering tongue of yours won me. 2 o'clock is your hour?
Aye, fair Rosalind. So adieu.
Well, time is the old justice that examines all such offenders, and let time try.
You have simply misused our sex in your love crate. We must have your doublet and hose plucked over your head, and show the world what the bird hath done to her own nest.
Oh, cuz, my pretty little cuz, that thou didst know how many fathom deep I am in love. But it cannot be sounded. My affection hath unknown bottom like the Bay of Portugal.
Or rather bottomless, that as fast as you pour affection in, it runs out.
I'll tell thee, Alina, I cannot be out of the sight of Orlando. I'll go find a shadow and sigh till he come, and I'll sleep.
Look, comes here.
My errand is to you, fair youth. My gentle fee bid me give you this.
Will you hear the letter?
So please you, for I never heard it yet heard too much of Phoebe's cruelty.
She Phoebes me. Mark how the tyrant writes. Art thou God to shepherd turned, that a maiden's heart hath burned? Can a woman rail thus?
Call you this railing?
Alas, poor shepherd.
Do you pity him? No, he deserves no pity. Wilt thou love such a woman? Well, go your way to her then. You can be a true lover, hence. How say you now? Is it not past 2 o'clock? And here much Orlando.
Good morrow, fair ones. Pray you,
if you know, where in the pureliest of this forest stands a sheepcote fenced about with olive trees?
West of this place, down in the neighbor bottom. But at this hour the house doth keep itself. There's none within.
If that and I may profit by a tongue, then should I know you by description? Such garments and such years. The boy is fair, female favor, and bestows himself like a ripe sister. The woman low and browner than her brother. Are not you the owner of the house I did inquire for?
It is no boast being asked to say we are.
Orlando doth commend him to you both, and to that youth he calls his Rosalind. He sends this bloody napkin. Are you he?
I am. What must we understand by this?
Some of my shame.
I pray you tell it.
When last the young Orlando parted from you, lo, what befell. Under an oak, a wretched ragged man, or grown with hair, lay sleeping on his back. Beneath a bush, a lioness lay crouching with cat-like watch. This seen, Orlando approached the man and found it was his brother, his elder brother.
Oh, I have heard him speak of that same brother.
But to Orlando, did he leave the man there? Food to the hungry lioness?
Twice he turned his back in purpose so, but kindness, nobler ever than revenge, made him give battle to the lioness. From miserable slumber I awaked.
Are you his brother?
Wast you he rescued?
Was you that did so oft contrive to kill him?
'Twas I, but 'tis not I. I do shame to tell you what I was, since my conversion so sweetly tastes, being the thing I am.
But for the bloody napkin.
By and by, he led me instantly unto his cave, there stripped himself, and here upon his arm the lioness had torn some flesh away, which all this while had bled, and now he fainted, and cried in fainting upon Rosalind.
Why, how now, Ganymede? Sweet Ganymede!
Many will swoon when they do look on blood.
There is more in it. Cousin Ganymede!
Look, he recovers. Be of good cheer, youth. You a man. You lack a man's heart.
Counterfeit, I assure you.
Then take a good heart and counterfeit to be a man.
So I do, but I faith I should have been a woman by right. Hi-ho!
You look paler and paler. I pray you draw homewards. Good sir, go with us?
We shall find a time, Audrey. Patience doesn't. Audrey.
Faith, the priest was good enough for all the old gentleman's saying.
Our master and mistress seek you.
Oh, Trip, Audrey.
Come.
Trip, Audrey.
Away.
I attend.
Away.
It's possible that on so little acquaintance you should love her.
Neither call the giddiness of it in question, my sudden wooing, nor her sudden consenting, but say with me, I love Alina. Consent that we may enjoy each other. It shall be to your good, for my father's house and all the revenue that was old Sir Roland's will I estate upon you, and here live and die a shepherd.
You have my consent. Let your wedding be tomorrow. Now go you and prepare Alina, for look you, here comes my Rosalind.
God save you, brother.
And you, fair sister.
Oh, my dear Orlando, how it grieves me to see thee wear thy heartless scarf.
It is my arm.
Did your brother tell you how I counterfeited to swoon when he showed me your handkerchief?
Aye, and greater wonders than that.
Oh, I know where you are. Nay, 'tis true. There was never anything so sudden. Your brother
and my sister are in the very wrath of love. Clubs cannot part them.
Their wedding shall be tomorrow. But, oh, how bitter it is, a thing to look unto happiness through another man's eyes. So much the more shall I be at the height of heart's heaviness.
Why then, tomorrow I cannot serve your turn for Rosalind?
I can live no longer by thinking.
I will weary you then no longer with idle talking. Believe then, if you please, that I can do strange things. I have, since I was 3 years old, conversed with a magician so profound in his art, and yet not damnable. If you do love Rosalind so near the heart as your gesture cries it out, when your brother marries Alina, shall you marry her?
Speakest thou in sober meanings?
By my life, I do. If you will be married tomorrow, you shall, and to Rosalind, if you will. Look, here comes a lover of mine and a lover of hers.
You've done me much ungentleness by showing the letter which I write to you.
Look upon him, love him, he worships you.
Shepherd, tell this youth what 'tis to love.
It is to be all made of sighs and tears. And so am I, for Phoebe.
And I, for Ganymede.
And I for Rosalind.
And I for no woman.
It is to be all made of faith and service. And so am I, for Phoebe.
And I for Ganymede.
And I for Rosalind.
And I for no woman.
It is to be all made of fantasy, all humbleness, all patience and impatience, all purity, all trial, all observance. And so I am, for Phoebe.
And so am I for Ganymede.
And so am I for Rosalind.
And so am I for no woman.
If this be so, why blame you me to love you?
If this be so, why blame you me to love you?
If this be so, why blame you me to love you?
Why do you speak too? Why blame you me to love you?
To her that is not here, nor doth not hear.
Pray you no more of this. 'Tis like the howling of Irish wolves against the moon. I will help you if I can. I would love you if I could. Tomorrow, meet me all together. I will marry you, if ever I married woman, and I'll be married tomorrow. I will satisfy you, if I ever satisfied man, and you'll be married tomorrow. I will content you, if what pleases you contents you, and you'll be married tomorrow. As you love Rosalind, meet. As you love Phoebe, meet. And as I love no woman, I'll meet. So fare you well. I have left you commands.
I'll not fail, if I live.
Nor I.
Nor I.
Dost thou believe, Orlando, that the boy can do all this that he hath promised?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I do not. As those that fear they hope, know they fear.
I do remember in this shepherd boy some lively touches of my daughter's favor.
My lord, when we first met the boy, methought he was a brother to your daughter. But, my good lord, this boy is forceful.
There is sure another flood towards them, while the grip of these strange beasts comes to the ark.
Salutation and greeting to you all. I press in here, sir, among the rest of the country copulatives, to swear and forswear according to as marriage binds and blood breaks, a poor virgin, sir, bear your body more seemingly on a dream, and no favorite thing, sir, but mine own. A poor humor of mine, sir, taking that no man else will. Rich honesty dwells like a miser, sir, in a poor house, as your pearl in a foul oyster.
By my faith, he's very swift and sententious.
Good Duke, receive thy daughter. Hymen from heaven brought her, yea, brought her hither, that thou mightst join her hand with his, whose heart within his bosom is.
To you I give myself, for I am yours. To you I give myself, for I am yours. If there be truth in sight, you are my Rosalind.
If sight and shape be true, where then my love? Adieu.
I'll have no father if you be not he. I'll have no husband if you be not he. Nor ne'er wed woman if you be not she.
Peace, ho, I bar confusion. 'Tis I must make conclusion of these most strange events. Here's 8 that must take hands to join in Hymen's bands, if truth holds true contents. You to his love must accord, or have a woman to your lord. You and you are sure together, as the winter to foul weather. You and you, no cross shall part. You and you are heart and heart.
Proceed, proceed. We will begin these rites. As we do trust they'll end in true delights.
And thus ends the tale of the Forest of Arden and all those who rest within.